Hi everybody, how are you doing? I hope everybody's doing well today, and thank you so much for joining me today in how to create more joy in your life. You know, these days of all days, it is really hard to find our joy because some of the things that we were used to doing a year ago, that external circumstances that would normally we look to bring us more joy, now we're being encouraged, enforced, right, to go within and to find the joy within, which is actually longer lasting and it's a real joy versus circumstantial joy, where we would look at another person or things or events or experiences to bring us joy. Now we're finding the joy within us. So therefore, it's like I said, it's longer lasting. It's the real deal. So let's get going, because I know all of you came here, so make sure you have a pen and a pad of paper. Now, this is what I teach, so I'm kind of giving you guys a really big nugget here. I'm not going to teach you all the levels, how to bring more joy to your life. I'm just giving you the beginner aspects, and if you want to continue it, feel free to give me a call, and let's set up an appointment so you can learn the rest and you can work with me. This is what I do. I help people basically obtain the feeling, the thought, the purpose, the passion, the connection with their higher self, why they're here, what they're supposed to accomplish. And within that, you'll find your joy, you'll find your love, you'll find your inspiration. So if you want to continue this, feel free to give me a call and we'll continue working to see what your particular passions and purpose are and what you would like to accomplish in this lifetime. So that being said, let's get started. So first of all, where your brain is at, you could think of it as being hardwired. So let's say hypothetically, I'll give you a good example. All of us are hardwired when we drive a car and we see a stop sign and we stop. That is a hardwire. I mean, even if you're talking on the phone, even if you're talking with a friend, even if you're jamming out with some music, you automatically will not even think about, there's a stop sign, and I need to apply the pressure to the brake so that I stop. It's automatic because it's hardwired within your brain. Well, our particular ways in which we respond to life, respond to thoughts, feelings, people, reactions, those things as well are hardwired within us as how we're going to react. They're hardwired usually from an experience at one point, usually within our youth, but also could be a traumatic experience as well that ingrain these programs, whether they're true programs or false programs. They're still programs, nevertheless, that is running your show. So unless you're conscious in this moment, right here, right now, making your decisions as to this is how I'm going to react, I'm paying attention. That takes a lot of effort in the beginning, but as we get used to it, it gets better and better. But most people are not in that place of mind, right? Most people kind of flow with the day. When you flow with the day, you are being controlled, routed. Basically, the one that's at the helm is your subconscious, and your subconscious has been programmed through events of your lifetime that are hardwired in your brain. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to not pay so much attention to those specific old hardwiring, but we're going to make new wiring, new pathways. And the more we use those new pathways, those old pathways, they're going to get grown over with weeds, and you're more than likely are not going to want to, you will not go there again the more you practice this. Okay? So with that being said, let's start off with gratitude. So gratitude is a really high vibrational energy. It's right up there with joy and love and appreciation and happiness, all that great stuff. So the more we have gratitude with our life and what's going on in our life, the more we lift up our own vibrational space, and then the more we actually, so you attract into your life where you're vibrating, right? So if you're vibrating, I'm angry, I'm in a pissy mood, and I just want to argue with somebody, well, then you're going to find someone to argue with, I guarantee it. So here you want to bring more joy to your life. So hence we're going to start with gratitude. So every single night before you go to bed, I want you to say out loud what you're grateful for, at least 3 things. Now, at first, it might be kind of difficult to find these 3 things. It could be really simple, like, I'm grateful for the roof over my head. I'm grateful for I have a bed to sleep in. I'm grateful for I have a car. I'm grateful for I have my health. Might be just the simple things. I'm grateful for that I have a job or I got up this morning. I'm grateful that I can breathe air. I'm grateful for that I have, all my faculties available to me. I'm grateful for that I can walk. I'm grateful that I can talk, whatever. But I really implore you to reach beyond that. So reach beyond the normal and try to find unusual things, such as I know that whenever myself and my daughter, we go to sleep at night, she always says, well, I'm grateful for my mama, and I'm grateful for my sister, and I'm grateful for my, bear, and I'm grateful for a beautiful day. And I'm like, okay, but what unique things happened that day that you can really pay attention to and be grateful for? So for this day so far, I'm grateful that my knee hasn't bothered me as much as it normally is. I'm grateful that I've been turned on to a different application that has really decreased my pain. I'm really grateful for a beautiful sunny day. I'm grateful for a fantastic conversation with a friend. I am grateful for reaching out and touching 13 other people's lives. I'm grateful for a friend of mine reaching out to me and just interviewing me, and I'm grateful for our friendship more than anything. I love this woman. She's just fantastic. So these are things that I can say, this happened out of the ordinary, right? So anything that you can acknowledge that happened out of the ordinary, those are things to be grateful for. So you can also look at, so the more you look at things that you're grateful for out of the ordinary, the more you will actually start seeing the smaller, fine things of life. Like, wow, I saw 3 butterflies today. I'm really grateful for that. Different things on that order. Okay. So I want you to do that before you go to bed at night, at least 3 things, what you're grateful for, and also in the morning. So when you're laying there in bed, I lay in bed and I take a deep breath and, I'm grateful for being so comfortable in my bed. I'm grateful for nice warm blankets. I'm grateful for the beautiful blue sky. I'm grateful for the beautiful birds that are singing outside. So just simple things right there to start off your day in a higher vibration. When you're complaining, I want you to stop. Try to catch yourself. So start being self-aware of your thoughts. Start paying attention to any judgment, any complaining, any whining. Same thing. Judgment, there was something else there. Any excuses. I want you to start paying attention to these things. So every time you complain or you have a judgment, I want you immediately turn it around and you come up with 3 things that which you are grateful for about that same subject, if you can. If not, just anything that you're grateful for. For instance, you're driving along, you're not such a great space anyway, so that means you're going to attract some not so positive things. Here comes somebody in and completely cuts you off. Oh my God, you're so angry. Oh, I just caught myself. I just got really angry at this person. So then turn around and the lighting is really weird here, isn't it? Sorry, I just saw that. So then just turn around and go, okay, I'm really grateful I have a car. I'm really grateful that I paid attention and I was able to hit my brakes and I'm safe. And I really wish that person ahead of me to be way more aware, and God bless that person and may they, make wiser decisions for the rest of their day, that sort of thing. So that's another thing. So pay attention to your thoughts, stop them if they're in judgment or if they're complaining, and turn it around and make a positive out of it. Okay. I'm reading my notes over there, and of course I got the wrong glasses on. So with that, you're actually right then and there. That's that exact method. You are making new pathways, because your old pathways is I'm going to complain, I'm going to go in judgment about somebody, and there it is. You're just going to leave it there. But now instead of, you're saying, nope, I'm not going to make judgment about that person. They could have cut me off because they're really in a rush and they're really just out to lunch and they're not paying attention. Pray they come back in their body, right? So you're making a new pathway. All right, number 2, creating new, different habits. Okay? So we all have been programmed to err on the negative. You know, I can look back at myself in my 20s. I gotta stay back here because the lighting's so bad. I remember back in when I was in my 20s, and if I was going to see my good friends, and if I was in a relationship, they say, how are things going? Oh, it's really good. But you know what he did last Tuesday? Oh my gosh. And I would go ahead and reverberate the things that would happen that were not so positive. And our society is programmed to err on the drama side of things. This is an addictive nature, guys, to err on the to be drawn to the drama, to want to give out the drama, to be the person with that new information that no one else has, only you have. And so really work on removing that addiction from the drama. Just try to go cold turkey and just don't go there. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for anybody else. And especially with what's going to come in our world, it's going to really pull you for a bigger loop. Life is going to be harder if you're really pulled into that drama. But creating different habits is really, I want you to take those negative, dramatic things that you're used to saying and turn them around on their hilt. So since your brain is hardwired, we need to turn around and make a more positive thoughts out of that. So for instance, if I'm in my 20s, and I'm sure some of you are, instead of erring on the negative, which is, oh my gosh, well, he just did this. I'm sorry, guys. He's actually a really great guy. And, he's really sweet. He helps me out at, doing this and that and this. And, before we go to bed, he is, I just saw a yellow butterfly. So try to err on the positive. Anytime that you hear yourself talking a negative or a complaint or a drama, kind of ties into the previous thing, really turn around and try to err differently on the positive. Okay? Sorry. So one way that you can do this is also establishing a calendar. So this is actually 4. That should have been a 4. This actually helps you instill more positive habits. Is get a calendar, one that's specifically for this purpose. And so every day, as something new that happens that's really good or refreshing, or you really like it, I want you to write it down. Now, this kind of ties in with number 1, gratitude and giving thanks for the good things that happen in the day. But usually in the moment, you don't remember what happened that was really good. I'm not saying that right. Usually at the end of the day, you don't remember all the things that happened that were really good. So I want you to, maybe the calendar's in your phone, find a different app, because you can't use your regular calendar app unless you don't use it, so you can use it there. But write down all the things, such as one time I was in a good space, my daughter was in a good space. Guys, I'm going to move this, so hang on, because that way the lighting will be a little better. I think I just lost my lighting altogether. Okay. Hang on again. Okay, there we go. I don't know if that's better or worse, but I think it doesn't make a difference, did it? Okay, so make a calendar, and in that calendar, I would like for you, this is going to get jerky in a minute. There we go. I would like for you to write down all the things, such as, like I said, when I was driving along, we were all in good space. I was going like 75 miles an hour, and a motorcycle cop passed me by. And I'm like, thank you for not giving me a ticket, right? So, moving this again. So that's something I would go ahead and put in my calendar in my phone. Cop car passed me and cop passed me and didn't give me a ticket. Another one might be, you're walking along, you find a $5 bill. How much better can it get? Write it down. Just found a $5 bill. So these little things, put it in your calendar. And then what I want you to do is revisit that at the end of the week. Because if you're not in a great space, you're not going to invite these wonderful things that happened out of the blue. And so you can realize this is empowering because I attracted that. And that's what it's all about. You attracted that. So the more, see that right there is like direct evidence of, hey, more I'm in this space of higher vibration, the more I'm attracting better things and the happier I am about life. And all these things I did, this is empowering. I'm bringing these things into my life. And then you revisit at the end of the month as well. Okay, that was 1, 2, 3. So now 4, empowering yourself. Funny how we just right into that, right? So we talked about the calendar. So I want you to write down all the good things. Actually, this is all part of the calendar. I apologize. Reflect on the weekly greatness. The more you focus on the positives, the universe will bring more positives to your life. The more positives that show up, realize it's because of where you are at as far as placing positive things. It's you that's doing this, and that's very empowering. So I'm just going to go a little bit deeper in that. So where your subconscious lies and the little voices that go on your head about how you talk to yourself, that is going to create like a broadcast. And you're constantly broadcasting to the universe. So are you going to broadcast, I feel miserable, I'm angry, and blah, blah, blah? Because that means all you're going to bring back is the same thing. People are miserable and angry. So that's why we're doing this. So you're changing your broadcast. All right, so that all was number 3. Number 4, repetition. Okay, so these things that I'm suggesting that you start is an investment in yourself. It's not something for you to do one time a week. So let me go ahead and give you an example. If you were to invest in stock and you buy stock, let's say at $5 a share, and you bought 10 shares, $50, and you left it there for one day, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to take it back, right? Well, chances are you probably didn't make any money on it because it didn't allow the stock to rise. But if you leave it there and let it every single day, let it accrue money, then you will be actually making more money, right? Because the stock will go up theoretically. So in a similar way, same thing with you. You need to invest in yourself daily, throughout the day, couple days, couple hours of the day in you. The more energy and attention and focus you have in going to you, for you, the more you will get back, okay? The quicker, better you will feel. So it's these techniques are something you don't want to do just one time. You don't want to give gratitude just one day a week and go, gosh, it didn't work. Well, yeah, you have to do it every day. You have to do the calendar every day. You have to go ahead and stop yourself from thinking certain ways every moment. It's not every day, it's every moment. All right, so know that if you want a different life, you have to do things differently. So invest in you, invest in time. Say, I'm going to do this, dang it, because I want something different. Number 4, which is kind of like what I just said, repetition. Oh, that's where I was at, repetition. Investing in yourself at the time. You're making new pathways. Your energy is going into you versus going into a job or going into a mate or going into something else external from you is not going to make you better. You need to invest in you and put your energy in you to go ahead and help you feel, think, and have a different life. Lastly, you want to make sure you have support. So if you don't have support around you to remind you, make sure you put your reminders in your phone. Do your AM, PM gratitude, make my calendar, whatnot. But find a good friend who is not a judgmental person, who's not into drama, who's there to support you. We all need a really good, yummy support system. If any one of you just want to be in a really good support group, I have a messenger group on Facebook, and we're just there, celebrating the wins, lifting you up every single day with wonderful talk. That's it. There's no complaints, no drama, no sales, no nothing. It's just pure support there. And so if you want to have that, let me know and I'll put you in that group. And the more you do this, the more it'll create momentum, and the more it'll tell the universe what you want, and the more that will come to your life. Fact. So give you an example. Give you an example of momentum. For people who don't know, San Francisco is a very hilly town. So if you have a car at the top of the hill and the car starts, you take the brake off and the car starts to slowly edge down that hill, if you get in front of it, you can stop it before it catches momentum. But once it kind of gets some good speed going down at the bottom, if you get in front of that, it's going to run you over, right? So we want to get in front of the momentum of negative thought, of negative thinking, of judgmental, whiny complaints, right? But when it comes to the positive thoughts, the supportive things that we say to ourselves, the gratitude that we have in our life, the things that we can see that are happening better and more of in our life, and how much better can it get, those things we won't let that card go down, so it has greater momentum. And the more you keep this going, the more momentum you'll have. So there it is, guys. So number 1, gratitude. Number 2, creating new habits, establishing better positive thinking thoughts, watching your thoughts. 3, empower yourself, and you can do this with the calendar. Write everything down. 4, repetition, invest in yourself. And 5, create momentum by doing this all the time. So I hope this was clear. I hope this was helpful. Let me know, please, that you liked it or this was helpful. And again, if you want to move on beyond number 5, I think there's like another 5 more steps. Feel free to give me a call or connect with me somehow, and we can definitely go over those and help you get where you want to go, so that you can feel better, so you can feel empowered, so you can feel like you are in charge of your own emotions, your own feelings, your own thoughts, your own life, and you're building a world that which you love to live in. This is why I'm here. So feel free to give me a call at any given time, or text, sorry, at any given time, and let's set up that appointment. And I love you guys. Hope you all lead a happier, more joyful life. Bye-bye.